Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on daily time frame and looking at the scenarios all the way from the lows of around the 40 cent area around the 2015. Again, the price is now around the $1,100 and has been topped out around almost 5k, so a massive run. And that's the exact reason why we are looking at this whole chart on a logarithmic scale. So the first one, this is actually looking very pretty. Again, a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, it looks very good. Even on arithmetic scale, we could be seeing some of the structures in here where we would have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see in the price terms, we can see that each subsequent wave structure is exponentially larger than the previous one. Although on a logarithmic scale, of course, we can see that, or we see that this looks small. But again, it definitely is not small. It's another 300% gain. And this is another 600-700% gain. But yeah, you get the point. This is here, rising from, that is not good snipping, there we go. Rising from, let's see, $300 to $1,400, right? And so $1,100 there, while this price gain here was 400, and this one here was around $20. So you get that exponential 5-wave moves or 5th waves generally are very important in crypto. So that is the higher time frame, wave 1. I've labeled this as a cycle wave 1 for now. Again, it could be super cycle 1, we don't know, but at the moment it's fine as labeled it is. Then we had another 90% drop down here with a 3-wave move into that wave 2, and then after that point again started a new wave structure from these lows of December 2018. With this one, the main idea has been this one where we had this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Ethereum is a bit different from Bitcoin where its highs were actually made here on May 2021 and not, I think it was it April? Let's check out the Bitcoin chart here. Yeah, April 2021. So again, it was just another month later when ETH made these lows, these highs before creating that drop for these 2021 lows to be powered up for once again for that last 5th wave in that move. The other scenario is that we have this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 3rd, again, same. But the wave 4 positioning, instead of it being here at these lows of June, we would shift it out over here into June 2022. Now, the reason why I don't really like this is how much, again, this takes time. And the issue is that Bitcoin has already taken out these lows of June, meaning that we can't have an impulse wave off of these, as at least a multi-wave structure for that 5th wave. Here on ETH, of course, that is possible, but I don't see us diverging from Bitcoin price that much, and as the bearish scenarios that I have on the indices as well, this is not that likely to be happening to me, or at least I don't see that as a very likely possibility. So this is very much a very low probability count. This low here was very close to the 38.2, however, so I'll just leave this as a alternate for now. Again, if we take out these lows, then that is not the case. And even then, I wouldn't even consider this being possible anymore at all, because again, this is starting to be a very bad looking structure, whatever this is going to be. I've seen people trying to justify some kind of expanded structure here. That is very possible, of course. We could be having this as a wave 1, 2, 3. Especially here on logarithmic scale, we do get to that extension level of 1.618, which would qualify this as more of a 1, 2, 3 move instead of an ABC. But again, at that point, we would be creating most likely this wave 4 end overlapping with the wave 1 here. So at that point, we would be creating some kind of expanded structure, expanded diagonal here, which again in itself is very rare. So I don't see that as a very likely position. Well, yeah, a very likely count. But yeah, that's that. Main count is still this one where we have already completed wave 1, and then we would be looking for that wave 2. Now, again, we have a few different ideas for this structure here. If we are zooming in a bit closer, let's go to 8 hour. Bring this up here. The main idea is still this one, where we have this as an ABC. Again, on logarithmic scale, as mentioned, it came back down to the 1.618 extension of this A wave for that C wave here. However, on arithmetic scale, we can see that it is very close to the 1-to-1 extension in price, and it looks very good as a three-way structure. Again, this is my main here on ETH. We had talked about potentially other moves here where we had these as another ABC coming down, but again, the B wave here took way too long in comparison to this wave structure, which would be a high degree, so it does not really make sense. We had other ideas of having this as an expanded WXY. Does not really make sense anymore. This was the count that I was talking about previously as well. Could we have this as the top for that wave 4? I don't know. It does not really look good. We do have this channel here though, so there was definitely a short opportunity there to be had. Well, this is very long shot. We have very overlapping wave structures here, and trying to get them into an impulse wave structure is very bad, very challenging. Also, the fact that we would have to have a truncated wave 5 here in this third does not really make sense, because again, this should be the best move with the most momentum, right? And yeah, the expanded flat structure of this being an ABC possibility, again, not really fitting it anymore in my opinion. But yeah, this is still the idea that is the main. Whether this is the end of wave 2, I don't think so, but I think that this is the start of that wave 2, and we are going to come down way lower later on once we get some kind of rise in price to get everybody more bullish, and then take out everything back here. Log scale, we have some targets here, of course. If we are zooming out a bit, let's see if we have enough data here. For that wave 2, again, we could be just using and utilizing the golden pocket here. We do have some volume here coming in, starting at that golden pocket more, and then dropping off a bit, and then around here, around $250 area, starting to get that more volume bump here, which is again referring to all of this mess here. But yeah, there is definitely not too much volume overall if we are dropping through this 0.5 target here as well, 627. Definitely an interesting area for sure if we are going to get another wave up and then potential three-way structure down. Again, this is going to be taking possibly another leg, very similar to this one after creating this. So again, we'll get some of the targets later on once and if we are going to get any kind of pump here later on. But let's check out the more local structures. Actually, let's change the charts to the futures one, where I got these laid out. So again, this was that ABC move that we had, and these are the structures next, what we're going to be looking into. Let's go to 4-hour time frame, zoom in out a bit, and here is the lows of June 2022. And again, what we had here was that we had a three-way structure as a potential, ABC into W, three ways into X, and then ABC into wave Y. Let's get off of log. And we had some targets met at the top, and that is the bear count, having this as a three-way structure. Then the bullish count, where we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On Bitcoin, we have already taken these lows as I mentioned. However, that has not happened on ETH as of yet. So this is still very possible of a count. Even if we are taking out the lows or the lows of here, we can still have this as somewhat of a bullish move and expecting a five-way structure in here. Instead, we can't expect this to be a zigzag as a structure because again, we would take out these lows and that is not possible. But again, still there is possibility for that C wave to happen later on. Actually, yeah, we have not yet hit the 85% or the 90% retracement of this move. So for that B, so we can't really justify this being a flat from the lows here. I don't think this structure is completely done yet. So I'm still expecting one more move downwards, definitely taking out these lows, and we'll see how much it retraces if we do get this pump first. The main idea here, we have quite a few here, but again, as a possibility, but the main idea is that we have this as a three-way structure, three ways into wave W, three ways into X, and now we would be looking for another three-way move for this wave Y to be completing that wave B over here. 1-to-1 would be around 871 of this wave W in comparison to this wave Y, and 1-to-1 in time would be 13th of December. And yeah, that is pretty much that. We have quite a few different ideas here, but I think this makes the most sense at the moment, that we would have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A wave here, then looking for some kind of corrective wave structure here, a sideways correction for that wave B, and then after that B is done, we would be getting another five-way structure for that C wave. And once this B wave is done, we can project more better targets for that C wave here. But again, we don't need to be going in too much into detail into this at this very moment on this video, as this is more about the macro, and you definitely see the idea here that we are expecting one more pump here and then dump for this one and completing the B before heading up higher. But I think that is going to do it for ETH macro picture. If you have some other accounts you would like to share, there's a link to my free Discord server in the description below. And yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Bye bye.